with all due disrespect, this is an idiotic argument, I should say, that we keep getting over and over and over again. This person here says, illegal immigrants are not warranted any sort of due process. They are not constitutionally protected in any way, period. They broke an American law getting into the country. They don't need to be protected by American laws going on in the country. Okay, so first things first. Yes, they are afforded due process under the Constitution. The Constitution specifically changes the language when it comes to due process to ensure that it covers all people, not just American citizens. This is Section 1 of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. It's the section of the Constitution that deals with due process. It reads, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States. Now let's just pause right there. It's important to understand that in the first section of this, the first portion of this section, they've used the term citizens twice. It's not like they don't have the word citizens. It's not like they don't understand what the word citizens are. They've used it twice. They've specifically called out what what cannot be taken away from citizens of the United States. Then it goes on to say, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. They specifically changed the language from citizens to person within the same section of the Constitution. That's not done by accident. That's done on purpose. Citizens have certain rights, and all people have other rights, including the right to due process. So says the most conservative Supreme Court justice ever, Antonin Scalia.
To whom does the First Amendment apply? Do undocumented immigrants have the 5 freedoms?
Oh, I think so. I think anybody who's present in the United States has protections under the United States Constitution.
Additionally, in 1982, a few years before Scalia got to the Supreme Court, there was a 5-4 decision in what I think was called Plyler versus Doe. I think I'm saying that name correctly, in which the Supreme Court found that the state of Texas couldn't deny education funding for undocumented immigrants because undocumented immigrants fall under the term of persons or people in the 14th Amendment specifically. So, yes, due process does apply to undocumented immigrants. It applies to anybody present in the United States of America. And this argument of, well, they didn't obey the law coming in, they don't get protections from the law going out. Okay, what about an American citizen who breaks the law? What about some guy who goes down the street today from your house and unalives an entire family in their house? He wasn't following the law. Does he get protections under the law? Does he get due process? Does he get representation? Does he get protections under the law when he didn't follow the law? Now, I know you're going to come back and go, well, he's a citizen. We've already determined that these laws do apply to undocumented immigrants. So the next argument is if you don't obey the law, you don't get protection from the law. So does the guy who goes down the street from you today and unalives the entire family in the house get protections from the law? Yes, he does. And you know he does. So let's stop playing this bullshit game of, well, they broke the law coming in, they don't get protection of the law from the law going out. Yes, they do.